Alrighty, y'all, it is Wednesday, December the 10th, and if you don't know, now you know it's time for the low road, okay? Alrighty, y'all, are we ready to talk about it? Are we ready to talk about how it's time for the low road? The low road, not the high road, not the decorum road, not the strongly worded letter road, not the show up at the meeting and tell these people what we want them to do road. If you haven't figured out the decorum road, the emails, the letters, the phone calls, not working. Not doing anything, and you're still doing it. We're 12, 13 months into this, counting, and y'all still think that complaining to the manager is how you're supposed to fix this. And I'm speaking a little bit out of local, and I don't know how to describe the feeling I'm feeling. I'm saying this out of local concern as well, because locally we have a population of folks who want better, but don't know how to get there and don't want to listen to the voices of color on how to get there either. They want to do it their way, which is the same way as always, which is not getting different results. And they are currently shocked that showing up to the school board meetings and telling these Yahtzees what they wanted didn't work. They're shocked that going to the city council and telling them not to put the Yahtzee in charge as mayor didn't work. They're posting their strongly worded emails of disappointment to the people in the seats. And if y'all don't figure out that doesn't work, these people do not care. They have their own agenda. They don't care about your calls, your emails, or your complaints. And I mean that across the board. Team Blue too. They're not doing enough for me. They are complicit. Okay? They are complicit. They're doing, I won't even say just enough, but whenever they do something, it's barely anything. It's just enough to almost kind of maybe feel like maybe they care a little bit. That's it. Outside of the handful, right? I know we have a handful that are loud and working for the people, and I'm for them, but 98% of them gotta go. We need to make them uncomfortable. You need to fight at their level, okay? They want to be rabbit squirrels, darling, you better put on your rabbit squirrel hat. I saw a video of a gentleman of color questioning a white man in the apartment building about if he really lived there, and that is what I'm talking about when I say make them uncomfortable. And I'm talking to the alabaster accomplices. Alabaster accomplices. Ooh, it's been a while since I've gotten to do that. That's what we need. We need y'all holding y'all accountable. We cannot come outside for this. All right. You saw what happened to Letter Lady. They are looking to make examples of us. That's the whole thing they're waiting for. As soon as we step outside, we're getting locked up for stepping outside. You understand? She's getting in trouble for telling this man to apologize. Meanwhile, that man left all kinds of nasty threats and nobody's worried about that. In fact, the news is already lying and covering up what she actually said to make it look worse than it is. That's why we're not coming outside. Has to be y'all. Y'all have to do this. We cannot be the bodies out in the front, okay? So that you can come up in the end and claim victory. Make them uncomfortable. Treat them the way they treat the people they don't like. Treat them the way they treat blacks and gays and Somalis and Haitians, and treat them like that. When you see them roll up in a nice car, ask them how they got. Are they a drug dealer? How did they get that? What are they doing? How are they getting that money? When they're paying for something, stand real close. Look in their wallet. Look in their purse. See if they've got an EBT card in there, and then judge what they have in their cart. Why are they buying chips with their EBT? Okay? When they pull up in the apartment, ask them for ID. Do you live here? Are you sure you live here? Hang on. Do you have ID on you? I need to see it. I'm not convinced that you can afford to live here. Treat them the way they treat everybody else. That's it. Get low. Play the way they play. In my town, these Yahtzees got into seats running on platforms of nothing but we're white and Yahtzees. That was it. Vote for us because our white pride is going to go away if you don't. Oh, also, steeple peopleness, here's a cross. Some of us are veterans, I guess, whatever. Just white power, vote for white. Okay? That's how they got in there. And the opposition wants to play by the rules with they want to apply with logic and debate. And hey, these people are wasting our tax dollars. These people are breaking laws. These people are trying to put their religion into the schools. Okay? Do you think this is a town full of yokels? Sorry for the folks who know what I'm talking about. You can't come to them with logic. Okay? Ray-Rays are not high IQ people. Ray Rays are not high IQ people. So why are you bringing high IQ conversation to rabid squirrels who don't get it? These are winos and addicts who happen to have money, and a whole lot of Mormons. We got 4%, 3%ers, okay, it's them. That's who's here. They're in the mountains with their parties and their parties, okay, waving crosses around, talking about we need to be in charge of all the councils. All right? You're combating that with logic. Okay. Has that worked yet? You're trying to get them to listen to you with phone calls and emails. Has it worked yet? Just before I started recording this, I heard that we just took one of the Venezuelan oil tankers. I haven't looked into it yet. I just briefly heard it. So we went from blowing civilians out of the water who weren't even headed here to just seizing their oil tankers that are on their coast over there. They're not over here. We're going over there and grabbing their oil. Why? Is there cocaine in the oil tanker? Like, come on. Make them uncomfortable. Okay, you saw how Harrison Bucker, the dude who was like, women need to go home and submit to us. He's one of the highest paid kickers, if not the highest paid, with the worst record. That's them. That is them. They want the most money for the worst job, and you better not say anything because they're white. If y'all don't get on their level, if y'all do not get on their net, did you see, what department was it that released photos for Operation Southern Spear, another corn name, right? Because that's what all these people in charge are doing, right? And it's got that symbol, the same one Kegsy has on his chest, the supremacy symbol, okay? And the 2 S's on his secretary was not a mistake. Y'all were like, oh, typo. That just shows how inept they are. That wasn't a typo. That was on purpose. Just like the salute wasn't a happy autistic gesture. Stop excusing it. That's something else y'all need to stop doing. Running to excuse obvious behavior. You listen to us. If the black women say that's a whistle, it's a whistle. If the black women say that's a symbol, that's a symbol. Okay, now is not the time to debate us. You've debated us this whole time, and now you look stupid. You look stupid. We're never going to look at any of y'all the same. The ones who asked for it and the ones who just can't figure out how to stop it. We're never going to look at any of y'all the same. So listen to us if you want to get out of this. Stop saying, no, they didn't mean it that way. Yes, they did. They have meant it that way the whole time. They just said they wanted to rename the BLM drive that they, ripped up. What did they want to name it after the podcaster, They want to replace something that was for Black Pride with a literal Ray symbol person. Okay, a personality under the guise of free speech who did nothing but spit hateful rhetoric. And these fuckers live next to me. Like I said, they pretend to be veterans. They've got 800 flagpoles. The only time I've ever seen them lower it was for a podcaster. And they got a house full of kids that are homeschooled that are not allowed to interact with the outside world. You tell me what's going on those drives. You tell me what's going on in that house, okay? That's them. And I live in a town full of them. All right, and the people who know who they are just don't know how to handle it. Y'all better figure it out. I'm going to ask y'all, do you want to trade? For the people who like to say that they're not really Ray, you want to trade places with me? You want to be me? You want to live in my life or no? That's what I thought. Don't tell me it doesn't exist if you don't want to trade. Right? I need to put this out here. We have somebody who is on our city council, the person they just put as mayor, likens herself to Rosa Parks because she didn't want to wear a mask during COVID. And standing up to be maskless was just the same as Rosa Parks standing up for black people. Can you imagine being so privileged that your idea of standing for something is spreading a disease, while also saying that we can't teach black history because it hurts white feelings, but also I'm the Rosa Parks of Temecula because I stood up for not wanting to wear a mask. That is them. That's the people you're fighting against. The people who want to spread disease in the name of their deity, and you think logic is going to get through to them. If y'all don't get some rabid squirrel energy and start othering them the way they other everyone else, okay? Get loud, get proud, get into it.